Pretty Lady Seedless red and white grapes, only $3.99 per pound. Certified Angus beef boneless ribeye steak, just $15.99 per pound, saving you $5. Select varieties of PUREX liquid laundry detergent, only $4.99 for a 50-ounce bottle. Save $5. On LaCroix sparkling water, just $8.99 for a 12-pack. Pepperidge Farm 15-grain or soft honey wheat bread, only $4.49 for a 24-ounce loaf. Visit our website at www.marketplace.pm.
You're watching Bermuda Tonight. It's Wednesday, September the 5th, 2018. I'm Diane Brewer, and thanks for joining us tonight. A large crowd was present at Hamilton's Anglican Cathedral today to celebrate the life of politician and cricket commentator C.V. Jim Woolridge. The service was so well attended that there was standing room only in the building, with the great and the good paying tribute to one of the island's most respected personalities. Jasmine Patterson was at the service for the 92-year-old who died a week ago, and she sent us this report.
Hundreds gathered today to say their final farewells to one of Bermuda's most beloved public figures, the Honorable C.V. Jim Woolridge. He was an ambassador for Bermuda around the world, flying the flag as a long-standing tourism minister under the United Bermuda Party. He was also known as the voice of summer, a charming and knowledgeable cricket commentator. And his presence was truly felt today as many from all walks of life gathered to say their final goodbyes. Members of the Royal Bermuda Regiment carried the coffin into the cathedral, draped with Bermuda's flag, a mark of respect for one of the island's own. Outside, politicians from all sides remembered Mr. Woolridge for his contribution to political life here, that contribution spanning more than 3 decades.
It's a void that you won't fill very easily. And so when we say goodbye to him today, we hope that as people read of his life, that his life will be an example for others to follow in serving the country, having the enthusiasm about life, and making sure that he leaves something behind, they leave something behind that's worth leaving.
If we recognize that he always wanted to do something for Bermudians, and if we can make sure that we carry that on as well, Jim, if you think about him as the tourism minister, if you think about whatever he did, he believed in Bermuda, and he believed in helping people and, if you will, embracing everybody.
Well, he's a legend. He was my running mate for almost 10 years. We knew each other extremely well. It was a life well lived. He lived a very full life, a very long life. He was an excellent role model. He was very constant. He never forgot anybody. He knew everyone. He was a man of the people.
Never shied away from controversy either?
No, he stuck by his principles. Always stuck by his principles, never backed down. He was someone to really admire.
I think that for anybody in the tourism world, it really is about putting your heart and soul into it, because this is what Bermuda is best at, tourism. I think we are the world leader in hospitality, the world leader in service, and I think that he put his heart and soul to that and took that persona on the world stage, and I think it's an example not just for tourism ministers, but also for all Bermudians in terms of pushing this island that we love.
I remember him as a man who enjoyed life, who gave everything he had to Bermuda. I remember him as a young man, and when I was a young man, and he certainly was a great ambassador for Bermuda.
Chief Justice Dorinda Hargan, Acting Premier Lieutenant Colonel David Birch, Governor John Rankin, former Premier Dame Jennifer Smith, St. George's Mayor Quinnell Francis, and many more dignitaries were also in attendance. Mr. Woolridge's grandson delivered the obituary, fondly reflecting on the moments that made his papa a proud Bermudian.
My grandpa genuinely believed all Bermudians to be a part of his family. If he didn't know everyone, he seemed expected to know them, for they certainly knew him. What for everyone else should have been a 10-minute walk down Reed Street always turned into an hour. I fondly remember car rides by his side. The amount of cars that honked to Papa as he drove past was obscene. Spectacles like this only seem possible in a close-knit community like Bermuda. I would usually recommend that he keep one hand hovering over the horn at all times so that he can respond faster. He would then laugh. He always reminded me that there are so many reasons to be proud to be Bermudian.
Longtime co-commentator Sean Tucker and veteran broadcaster Charles Webb also gave tributes to Mr. Woolridge. Fitting tributes for a man who played a key role in developing the modern tourism industry and who won the hearts of many as a true believer in Bermuda and her people. I'm Jasmine Patterson reporting for Bermuda Broadcasting News. And rest in peace, Mr. Jim Woolridge.
In court news, a 48-year-old mother has been charged with the 2006 murder of Marcus Gibbings. Jasmine Patterson has the details from Magistrates Court.
Appearing in Magistrates Court, St. George's resident Katrina Burgess was charged with the premeditated murder of Trinidadian national Marcus Sheldon Gibbons while being concerned with her brother, Cleveland Rogers, on or about October 25, 2006. Rogers was also charged with Mr. Gibbons' murder earlier this summer. Marcus Gibbons died of multiple stab wounds he sustained while in his Devonshire residence. Burgess was not required to enter a plea as the matter must be heard in the Supreme Court. She is represented by lawyer Rick Woolridge. Magistrate Kamisi Tacumba granted the defendant bail in the amount of $200,000 with a like surety, ordered her to surrender her travel documents, report to the Hamilton Police Station weekly, and not to contact any of the Crown witnesses. She is due to reappear at the October 1st arraignment session. Elsewhere, 53-year-old Paget resident Mary Beth Sherwin was charged with taking a 16-foot boat and causing $8,000 worth of damage to it without the consent of the owner on March 3rd this year. She was not required to enter a plea as the matter must be heard in the Supreme Court. She was bailed in the amount of $5,000 and will appear next at the October arraignment session. Jasmine Patterson reporting for Bermuda Broadcasting News.
Thanks, Jasmine. Well, big news in the local shipping industry today. Bermuda Forwarders has been bought out by Best Shipping. Joe Vieira, president of Best, will take over the management of the companies, while Nick Kemp of Bermuda Forwarders will stay on as an advisor until the end of the year. Mr. Vieira says the immediate goal is to consolidate physical operations in Bermuda to bring about faster deliveries and collections. It's unclear at the moment if the buyout will mean job losses on the island. Still to come as Hurricane Florence nears. Is there any need to worry? We'll hear from the head of the Bermuda Weather Service after this short break. Stay with us.
You can count on us.
Value pack fresh Purdue chicken thighs or drumsticks, only $1.99 per pound. Sweet eating cantaloupes, just $3.99 each, saving you $2. Save $3 on Luigi's Real Italian Ice, just $3.99 for a 6-count. Start your morning with Kellogg's To-Go cereal cups, only $1.29. Hot price on Kool-Aid Jammers, just $3.99 for a 10-pack. All stores open Monday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m., Sundays 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. for your shopping convenience.
You can count on us.
From the very beginning, it was always our singular focus to do whatever it takes, use every possible resource to fight cancer, and never lose sight of the patients we're fighting for. Our cancer treatment specialists share the same vision. Experts from all over the world working closely together to deliver truly personalized cancer care. And these are the specialists we're proud to call our own. Expert medicine works here. Learn more at cancercenter.com. Appointments available now.
Welcome back. Well, Hurricane Florence has been upgraded to a Category 3 storm as it drifts in the general direction of Bermuda. Winds of more than 125 miles an hour have been recorded in the first major hurricane this year in the Atlantic Basin. Currently, the closest point of approach to the island is forecast to be 643 miles to the east-southeast on Saturday, which is updated daily as the storm progresses. Hal Davis spoke to James Dodson of the Bermuda Weather Service and asked him if the storm was likely to stay a good distance from the island.
Indeed, Hal. Yes. Well, we are that time of year, as everyone knows. September and October especially are our high-risk months, and we are looking towards the distant east-southeast at what is now Hurricane Florence. As of the latest advisory, it actually reached major hurricane status. That's Category 3. So it is quite a feature out there in the middle of the tropical Atlantic. It does have a general track towards the Bermuda area over the next few days, but the model guidance is poor at this stage. So the confidence on that track is not very good. Some of the models have been suggesting it steers to the east of Bermuda, which would only give us some swell, and some other models are projecting it to come closer to us, to perhaps our near south. So with that large spread in the model's track down the road as we go in towards the end of the weekend and next week, when it comes into our general area, it's very hard to say what impacts will affect the island at this stage.
And are there any other weather systems we should be keeping an eye on at the moment?
There are. It's really a case of monitoring everything, especially the tropical waves, we call them, that move off Africa. That's the organised thunderstorms that move off the African coastline in the sort of Sahel region, which is the tropical North Atlantic region of Africa. We monitor each of those, and the National Hurricane Center in Miami watch those as well, and we are looking at 2 waves coming off in the next few days that could well develop into tropical cyclones as well. So it is that time of year when we're on high alert. We're watching every system, but that is climatology. It is our high risk period, as I mentioned. The height of the hurricane season is it peaks at about into the first week of September, and it only really starts to dip as we go into the sort of middle latter part of October into November. So it is a time of year when everyone certainly needs to be prepared. And just one thing to add with Florence, although there is quite a lot of uncertainty at this stage with the track and intensity, what weather impacts it will have to Bermuda, one thing we're fairly certain about is we will see building swells, particularly along the South Shore over the next few days.
So you're talking to people and saying they should take precautions because it's the peak season. What are the main precautions they should be taking?
Well, they should all have a hurricane preparedness plan in place for their families, their business, and so on. They should make sure their insurances are all up to date. They have their hurricane kits at home. Really, the government, the Emergency Measures Organization, provides a lot of guidance relating to those hurricane preparedness plans.
There's little sign of Florence or any other storms at the moment from the camera on our broadcast tower. Just some clouds and mostly sunny skies. Our AccuWeather forecast has more details of what's coming up.
AccuWeather is presented by BF&M Insurance Group. We now go to AccuWeather headquarters.
We're glad that you're with us here on ZBM. My name is Jeff Cornish, and I'm your meteorologist for the evening. And this forecast is brought to us by our friends at the BF&M Insurance Group. We have some scattered showers, maybe even a thunderstorm late tonight. Thunderstorm advisory is in effect, but our bigger concern is this buzzsaw off to our east-southeast. It's a fairly compact, not terribly large hurricane, but it is very strong. It's a Category 3 hurricane right now named Florence, and it is still well over 1,000 miles to our east-southeast. But we're concerned about its path as high pressure to the north is directing it generally to the west-northwest. So we expect it to come within a couple hundred miles of Bermuda, maybe less than that, into Monday night and Tuesday of next week. You can see our forecast takes it down from a Category 3 to a Category 2 storm into the weekend because of some wind shear that will probably lead to some weakening, at least for a time. Because it is a fairly small, compact storm with hurricane force winds that only extend 15 miles in any one direction from the center of the storm, its smaller nature may lead to more rapid fluctuations in intensity, strengthening or weakening. So there are a lot of variables tied to this storm. Regardless, we do expect high pressure to the north to steer this into the area of Bermuda as we move into the early part of next week. And it may curve, staying to our east-northeast and out to sea, or it may move right over our area. So we're concerned about this, so stay tuned. We'll have more updates throughout the course of the remainder of the week. Humidity right now, 73%. Wind from the southeast at 8 to 12 knots. Water temp, we lost a degree, but it's still very warm, 88 degrees. Plenty of fuel for any tropical development. On the inside, we have 1 to 2 foot waves, and on the outside, 2 to 4 footers. And there is a thunderstorm advisory in effect late tonight. Scattered showers are nearby. A couple of thunderstorms are possible late tonight as well. But the tide forecast, or tide schedule, I should say, tide is going back out until 12:02 a.m. Comes back in at 5:53 in the morning. Low tide then in the middle of the day tomorrow at 12:11 p.m. So tonight, spotty showers, maybe a rumble of thunder. that thunderstorm advisory is in effect. It'll be a warm one, and tomorrow more spotty showers, hit or miss showers here and there in places. Otherwise, a mix of sunshine and some clouds. So Futurecast shows Florence off to the east. We need to keep an eye on this. There's the bulky high pressure system off to the north that's kind of influencing the flow. And as this continues to move west, we'll keep a close eye on things. Down into the Caribbean, scattered showers and thunderstorms. And the main event, again, tropical development, Hurricane Florence. There's another wave farther southeast beyond that as well, but Florence is what we have our eye on right now. Eastern North America, warm, not as hot as it had been in Toronto, though. At least we're cooling down there. The cool down's still another day away in Boston. And London looks great, 69 degrees there. 5-day forecast, hit or miss showers over the next 4 days. Monday actually quieter, but then Monday night into Tuesday is when we could get into trouble with Florence, so stay tuned. Back to you.
AccuWeather was presented by BF&M Insurance Group.
This summer I was in Germany on holiday with my family, and on a whim one day my son and I joined a speed sliding competition. And as I came down the water slide, I went straight down in the pool and whacked my left foot on the bottom of the pool. And I looked down and I didn't see a foot. I just saw the bones sticking out and I started to feel faint. I was ambulanced to a hospital where I stayed for 11 days and had surgery. I had snapped all the ligaments on both sides of my ankle. And in the middle of all this stress and pain, we thought, how are we going to deal with health insurance? How will we pay for this? And I got a response from Allison at BF&M, and she said, your admission and surgery will be covered at 100%. I didn't have to put it on a credit card and deal with a reimbursement later. It made such a big difference to us. And for me, the BF&M difference is stress-free insurance when I really needed it.
This is Jane. Jane has been living independently until her recent fall. Because of the injury she sustained, her mobility is now limited. Jane chose Bermuda In-Home Care to assist her with her activities of daily living. The caregivers at Bermuda In-Home Care are trained to care for individuals with limited mobility. They incorporate exercise and activities into Jane's care plan given by her doctor and physiotherapist. The caregiver helps the family select the right medical equipment from Lighthouse Medical Supplies. Lighthouse Medical Supplies have certified durable medical equipment specialists available to help. Falls are the #1 cause of injury in older adults. Falls lead to head injuries and hip fractures. Fall prevention is critical. Call Bermuda In-Home Care to speak to one of our home care specialists. Call us now for a free home care assessment, 705-4424. Or visit us at www.bermudainhomecare.com.
JBM Realty & Associates services all your real estate needs. Our agents have years of real estate experience specializing in selling of properties, renting of properties, property management, vacation rental. So whether you're looking to move to another location, selling your home, purchasing a new home, or a landlord looking for assistance in managing your property, give us a call today. One of our experienced agents will be more than willing to assist you with all your housing needs. Call us on 234-2050 or visit our website, jbmrealtyandassociates.com.
Welcome back. Well, the Department of Health has held its latest Fitness in the Parks class. The lunchtime exercises are an attempt to persuade Bermudians to be more active, with this month seeing a further 2 weeks of classes. Hal Davis went to Victoria Park to see how they were going and heard an inspirational story.
It was a far cry from the usual office workers munching on sandwiches at the park today. Instructor Jackie Jones led a group of enthusiasts in a rousing session. It's all part of the Health Department's Fitness in the Parks programme. 4 weeks of a range of exercise classes that's now about halfway through.
Well, we want to encourage people to be more active, so this is one of the reasons we decided to offer this 4-week initiative, the Fitness in the Parks. So we offered different activities that they could engage in. So it helps you to find out what works for you and what you enjoy, because if you enjoy it, you'll continue doing it.
The department says it's happy with the number of people who've turned up to the sessions, though they're a little down this week, with many people getting ready for the return to school next week. Men are in short supply, though. It's thought they prefer going to the gym rather than classes. But some passing children joined in to help boost the numbers. They're more than welcome, of course. It's all part of making the classes enjoyable.
It's really important just to find something that you enjoy to keep active. A venue like this is perfect for it. It's accessible. You don't have to be in a gym if you don't want to. You can just be in a park just like this. There you go.
The participants certainly seem to enjoy themselves, despite it being a pretty strenuous workout.
It was epic. I was exercising, jumping, squatting, doing push-ups, things I haven't done in a while.
And you came straight from work, did you?
Yes, I did, during my lunch break.
And there is actual proof the classes work. Elizabeth Lira came to her first one in 2014 when she weighed 185 pounds. 4 years later, she's an instructor at the athletic club, which ran today's class.
It was a free event, so I started doing the free events coming every Monday. And I was like, okay, you know what? I can do this. I want to do this. I want to do something for me.
Now more than 40 pounds lighter, she's a convert who wants to encourage others to start exercising.
I really think that this event can inspire a lot of people, and they can feel like they can actually do this. If you can see somebody that actually went through all this process, they can tell you it's possible. I did it. You can do this.
So, with 2 weeks of classes left, there's plenty of time for people to follow Elizabeth's example and get down to the park. A free opportunity to take a class that could end up transforming your life. Hal Davis, Bermuda Broadcasting News.
Thanks, Hal. Still to come, Earl Basin will have all the latest sports news in just a few minutes. We'll be right back.
Sears is Bermuda's largest home appliance store with over 200 appliances in our showroom. We have refrigerators and freezers, gas ovens and electric ranges, washers and dryers. Sears has a wide selection of craftsman's tools and accessories. Beautify your home with our lawn and garden tools. We have everything you need for outdoor entertaining. Located at 41 Victoria Street, Sears is open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Sears, reliable delivery, quality service, and everyday low prices.
The core of Smart Security's business is providing customers with burglar, fire, CCTV, and other essential alarm services. An important and growing market that offers you the best of all worlds, state-of-the-art protection technology, and monitor your system 24 hours a day, every day of the year, offering you that peace of mind knowing everything you care about is safe and secure. Technology allows residential and business customers to access information and to control their security systems remotely. For more information, call Smart Security Systems at 292-4019 or visit their website, smartsecuritysystems.bm.
Sports now, and Earl Basin has all the action in tonight's sports report.
More games, more commitment, and more heart. That's the message from Coach Nikita Robinson as members of the Bermuda women's national team arrived back on the island following their fourth-place finish in the women's CONCACAF Championships in Jamaica.
Tough tournament in Jamaica. We do know what it is that we need to work on, and we will begin to work on it. The biggest thing for us is just getting together those players that are looking, to represent the country and give everything that they have on and off the field, when we're in training and we're not in training, to make sure that they have the best showing for the country. So, we're in a regrouping phase. We're in the middle of our process, and as you all know, our 15s and 17s have done well. Our 20s did well last summer. So, again, it's just moving up the pyramid, which is what our expectation was when we started this whole process. Jamaica had to do the same thing in regrouping and getting rid of some of the players and starting fresh. So, they're now at the top of their reign, and they're doing really, really well. So these tournaments, again, get our girls looked at so that they can go, into colleges and get looked at and seeing a few of the players that we played against are now going to be playing at PSG, playing for Roma. And so, it's also an aim for our girls. Representing Bermuda can get them seen to do more things. We could have qualified and we should have qualified, but there was a lack of a few things that we need to fix in this group and in this team in order to make sure that we receive medals and that we move on to the next rounds in tournaments.
Reggie Lamb and his Cambridge United teammates fell to a 3-1 defeat at the hands of League One's Southend United in their opening Checker Trade Trophy fixture last evening at Roots Hall. Lamb scored the lone goal for Cambridge United. It came in the 52nd minute when he got his head on the end of a Giovanni Brown pinpoint cross that gave Cambridge United the lead. However, 2 goals from Sean McCloskey and a single strike from Isaac Hutchinson earned Southend United the 3-1 win. Judah Chapman has started his Spring Hill College men's soccer career off in fine fashion, scoring his 2nd goal of the season and his team's 1st goal as they traveled to Tampa, Florida, and came away with a 2-1 win against number 23 ranked University of Tampa. The Bermuda Football Association and the Bermuda Football Coaches Association are collaborating with the organization Saving Children and Revealing Secrets, SCARS, to help safeguard the youth of Bermuda. The implementation of the BFA coaching license policy on August 31st of 2018 required that all coaches have completed training to equip them with the tools to help reduce the risk of child sex abuse occurring in youth football programs and our communities. The policy also requires coaches to have received formal coaching education as well as first aid and AED training. It was a tough day of sailing on the 2nd day of the final series and just a day before the closing of the 2018 Optimus World Championships. Representing Bermuda in Cyprus are Christian Eben, Sebastian Kemp, Azai Smith, Magnus Riemstad, and Lalai Walker. Kemp remains in 4th place in the Silver Fleet with 143 net points. Also in the Silver Fleet is Eben, who fell 2 places and is in 31st with 197 net points. Walker is the only Bermuda sailor in the Bronze Fleet, and she moved up 5 places on the day, finishing 60th with 340 net points. Riemstad, sailing in the Admiral Fleet, jumped 12 places and is now in 11th place with 280 net points. Smith jumped 14 places and is currently 12th in the fleet with 283 net points. The Bermuda Cricket Board has postponed the Super 8 Festival weekend to 2019. The event has received excellent interest from fans, vendors, sponsors, and many players. However, many clubs have not been able to enter a team for the initial scheduled date of September 8th and 9th. Adam Hall and his Aberdeen Ironbird teammates came home after a series win over Tri-City to see the Connecticut Tigers and start a 5-game home streak in 3 days. The first of 2 doubleheader days brought Aberdeen good fortune and 2 different 6-1 wins. Hall finished the first game going 0-4 from the plate with a strikeout, but in the 2nd game he would have 3 at-bats, scoring 1 run off of 1 hit, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. Yet another tripleheader took place at the Michael Priest Softball Diamond last evening that produced 109 runs as the Bermuda Commercial Summer Softball Playoff season continued. The opener produced the least amount of runs on the night, which was 23 in total, as the Beach Bums defeated Scared Hitless 16-7. The 2nd game of the night saw a total of 52 runs cross the plate, with the Hard Knocks defeating the PHC Zebras 31-21. And then a 24-run match ended the night as the Parakeet Flyers went down 24-10 to the Blue Wahoos. The Mixed Majors Bowling League got the 2018-19 Bermuda bowling season started at the Warwick Lanes. The Unpredictable edged the Minimax Forwarders 10.5 to 9.5. Fightback went down 11-9 to the Mix-Ups, while the Untouchables and the Activators played to a 10-10 tie. Spare Change defeated the Warriors 17.5 to 2.5, and the Movers and Shakers got by the Troublemakers 15-5. I'm Earl Baisden with Bermuda Broadcasting Sports.
Thanks, Earl. And finally, as Hurricane Florence inches closer, the Ministry of Public Works is issuing a final warning to landowners to get their trees trimmed. Tony Waterman reports.
These trees and leaves like this and lean back that side.
If Larry Simmons knocks on your door, you know you've made a foliage folly. He's the man leading the team tasked with cleaning up Bermuda's overgrowth.
This is the last warning. Me and my team, we will be going out the whole island, policing the whole island, private estate roads, everybody that don't buy to it will be charged $1,000 an hour.
Mr. Simmons says some jobs can take up to 3 hours. To avoid the hefty charge, he says you'll need to cut back any vegetation growing on your property, which encroaches upon falls upon or overhangs the highway, or is within 2 meters of the edge of the road.
Yes, as you can see, you got the overhanging trees that are hanging down. Those trees are very dangerous, especially during the storm. These trees are very brittle. As you can see, once you get high knots, gust winds, that tree can actually break, fall down on top of a car, and can cause damages.
If your overgrowth is deemed a hazard, the Ministry of Public Works will issue a notice, giving you 7 days to rectify the situation on your own. The cleanup takes on new urgency as the first major hurricane of the year churns towards Bermuda. Florence is already a Category 3, but as you can see, all it takes is a Category 1 hurricane to start whipping branches off trees.
Especially poinciana trees. Some people, the hedges are cut, but the poinciana trees is overhanging. And poinciana trees are very brittle. So what we're trying to do is now try to catch all the overhanging because you know the storms are hanging around. We are not going to be spending a lot of time on government time to take care of your property. You have to be responsible. When the storm comes and there's trash outside your property, we will still charge you because there's your property, that's your trees.
Which at the end of the day could leave your wallet with the biggest trimming of all. Tony Waterman for Bermuda Broadcasting News.
$1,000 an hour, so get those trees trimmed. Well, that's our newscast on this Wednesday evening. I'm Diane Brewer. Thanks for joining us. Good night.